say hi to everybody and kind of talk about this week's kind of situation here in Germany, because yeah, it's been, difficult since November. I think it was October 31st that we had the official beginning of the hard lockdown, and until about, I think that was the beginning of April, we had a lifting of a lot of the restrictions for 2 weeks, and then we went back in again to a lockdown. And so when I say lockdown, I mean that the stores basically were closed, except you had the grocery stores open, and you had the drugstores open, but basically until about the beginning of April, all of the shoes stores and home improvement stores, clothing stores, they were all closed. And so what happened was, in April, going into this second part of the lockdown, they required then a corona test to go into clothing stores and home improvement stores. And so yeah, it's been a real adjustment. However, this week it's been definitely a little bit of a lifting, because I didn't mention this. Starting in November, there was a curfew. So basically 9 p.m. curfew, and that really had changed. I think 2 weeks ago there was a 10 p.m. curfew, then it went back to a 9 p.m. curfew, and this all has to do with the numbers, as far as the people with the infections throughout this part of Germany, southern Germany. And so if there's a certain amount, I think it's about 100 or more new infections, I want to say per day, then the lockdown restrictions become more extreme. And if there's a lessening of that, I think in a week's time, then the restrictions will be eased. So they kind of always have done kind of an assessment and a reassessment of the infection rate, as far as Rona, as I'll call it. And so yeah, it hasn't been easy. It's basically what entailed the lockdown, not only going into the stores, but as far as household, there were some weeks where you can only be 2 households can be in your place. Maybe on the street you could only be 2 households on the street. Right now I believe it's up to 5 people can come into your home at the same time, and I believe you can be with 5 people from different households on the street. And so yeah, it has been a roller coaster ride of emotions, and everyone's had their opinions on it. Of course, in the end, everyone wants just to be safe and wants to be healthy. And so I've tried to respect the restrictions as much as possible. Wearing masks outside. Also, I didn't even mention that we have to wear N95 masks. That's the standard here. And yeah, I know when I told my family members that back home in the States, they were like, wow, there isn't really that many, there aren't any real restrictions. There's an advisory in the States, but there aren't any real restrictions or repercussions for mask wearing, let alone N95 mask wearing. So yeah, it's interesting to see the differences. And so we'll see what happens next week. And so like I said, every week they reassess. And when I say they, I mean the local politicians. They reassess what would they feel is the most sinful, the most, that was a German word, the most sensible. um, so, but yeah, basically, after being kind of dealing with this for over a year, it's become kind of, for me, I'm used to it now. I don't really feel like so stressed about it because it's just how it is, and but it is totally different from what's going on in the States right now, and I know that, and I feel for my relatives over there. They have a different situation, and most of them have already been vaccinated, from what I understand, which is nice. I haven't yet been. I'm on the list to be vaccinated, and hopefully they'll call me at some point soon. That they have a system here set up through the health department, and so I'm waiting for a call. I also thought about going to my doctor, because I think starting 2 weeks ago they allowed also private, your general practitioner to also give vaccinations, but I guess that's on the discretion of them how they hand out the vaccinations. I don't think it's the same system as through the health department. They have sort of these vaccination centers set up throughout Germany. And so anyway, that's basically what I wanted to kind of update everybody about, and I wanted to just drop that information, and I'll be coming hopefully also tomorrow with either another live stream or another video. Wishing you all a great day, and yeah, have a good afternoon.